Hi and welcome from all the way out in Australia, all you wonderful teachers and students. Here is a practice called breathing compassion. I hope you truly enjoy it. So all I want you to do, I just want you to get comfortable. Wherever you are, whether you want to sit or lie down for this practice is completely up to you, or stand, whatever you'd like. And when you're ready and you're feeling comfortable, just allowing your eyes to close. Now, there's no requirement for you to keep your eyes closed throughout this practice. You're in complete control. But because this practice in particular is a guided visualization, you may find it a little simpler with your eyes closed to begin to imagine some of the things that we're going to be exploring. And so as you're beginning to close your eyes, just dragging all that attention into the body. And maybe you're starting with the real physical sort of sense of weight and pressure, maybe your feet on the floor, maybe if you're lying down, your elbows touching the floor, head on the pillow, if you're sitting, feeling the weight underneath your legs, all those types of things. Hands in your lap. And just like you can feel all of those types of sensations, you can also relax. And then all I want you to do, as you're bringing your attention into this body, I want you to see if you can guide some of that focus onto the movement of your breath. Now, it doesn't matter how much of the breath you can feel or how little. And just like you felt the pressure on the floor, the warmth from the hands, all these other types of sensations. You can also notice the movement of your breath and the associated sensations with that without trying to control or change it. You're just noticing. Now maybe it's at the nose or the mouth, maybe it's at the stomach, maybe it's in the shoulders or in the back as it gently pushes against the floor. We're just beginning to hold some of that wonderful attention just on this movement, just on the sensations associated with it. Now maybe you've had a busy day, maybe you've had a quiet day. And just for the next minute or so, we're just going to use those mindfulness techniques, allowing the mind to be busy and wander and just gently bringing our focus back to our breath again. Noticing that it's busy and we're thinking about work or home or whatever, and just gently coming back to the breath. And remember, this is a practice in compassion. So it's not about judging yourself or criticizing yourself for how well you think you're doing. You're here, you're practicing, and you're giving it your best, and that is more than perfect. And so we're just resting, relaxing, noticing our breath, noticing the change in focus onto thoughts or whatever other distractions are going on around you. Then just gently guiding our focus back to the breath again. And just this real simple process is a real first act of compassion. Maybe it has been a busy day. And this is this first time for you just to sort of step out of the subject and move to the more objective view of your life. And this simple process of just breath and distraction and breath, they call it calm abiding for a reason, because when we practice this regularly enough, it becomes habitual, allows us to create a little bit of calm amidst the storm. And so all I want you to do, just keep going. Hold attention to breath, notice distraction, and just gently bring that focus back to your breath again. You're doing amazing. And throughout this practice, the breath will be that anchor point for you. It'll be the opportunity just to bring your attention back on purpose, back onto the movement of breath, just to settle what you're thinking about. And for the next however many minutes there is for this little practice, I just want you to let thoughts be thoughts. I don't want you to rate them. I don't want you to think one is more important than the other. No requirement to prioritize. Just noticing at any point throughout you're just distracted and gently coming back to your breath again. And maybe when you come back to your breath, you take a couple of big deep breaths, whatever you need. Remember, this is a practice in compassion. You're beginning to learn a little bit about what you're feeling right now and just settling it a little bit. Leaning into it, breathing with it, whatever is needed. And as you're just noticing this breath, what I want you to do, just noticing the sensations, but I want you to bring to mind a colour that you associate with the word kindness or the word compassion. Now, it doesn't need to be perfect and it can change as often as you'd like. But I just want you to just bring to mind a colour that you might associate with kindness. And just trying to make that colour bright and powerful in your thoughts. Almost like you could imagine it's everywhere around you, this colour. It's just you and this colour everywhere. Everywhere you look, if you imagine looking up and looking around, as far as you can see, is just this colour of kindness. Now, don't worry so much if you can't visualise a colour. Black can be a wonderful, compassionate colour, but you're just imagining that it is purple or gold or yellow, whatever you want. You're just imagining this colour is everywhere. You don't need to particularly see it for this to work. And quite naturally what begins to happen is we just begin to naturally breathe this colour into our body, breathe this kindness. Whether you're imagining breathing it in through the nose or mouth, you're breathing in and breathing this colour into the body. Almost like you could breathe it directly into the heart. I just really want you to start breathing this way. You're just going to breathe this colour in. Again, remembering it doesn't need to be perfect. You're just doing your best. Colour can change. Breathing this colour in directly into the heart. I just want you to keep breathing in this way. Remember, any distractions, wonderful practice. Come back, breath, and imagining breathing that colour back in again. And as you're breathing this colour into the heart, I want you to almost imagine like as if this colour begins to accumulate a little bit. You're just noticing how every time you're breathing this light into the body, it just accumulates a little bit more and just grows and grows with each breath that you take. And every breath is this breath of kindness. It doesn't matter how well you're doing, just practice. And as you're doing this, I want you to lace this kindness with a little bit of extra compassion, a little bit of extra warmth. I want you, as you're breathing in, just to say what you feel you need. Not aloud in your mind, in your thoughts. But maybe you've got a tough day coming up. Maybe it's been a day where you needed a little bit of extra kindness at the moment. And so as you breathe in, you're just going to say in your thoughts the word kindness. You breathe this colour in, it touches the heart and grows. and you're lacing it with what you feel you need. Maybe it's strength, maybe it's warmth, joy. The word can change. But just continuing to breathe in this way, breathing that warmth into the body. Breathing that strength, that kindness into the heart. Every time you breathe in. I want you to see this light just expanding, or the colour, until you're completely consumed by it. You know, some people like to imagine almost like it's like a ball creates this sphere and just sort of engulfs us all, just engulfs us head all the way down to the toes. Or maybe this light is just filtering out through the body, almost like the body begins to radiate this kindness, this strength, this whatever it needs, is just finding every part of you that needs it the most. And imagine even it filtering through to your fingertips, to your mind, your thoughts, all the way down to your toes, this strength, finding all those parts of you that need it the most. And you just keep breathing, breathing into that strength, breathing into that forgiveness, that warmth. Breathing in until you're completely consumed by it. And now I want you we're just going to turn some of this self-compassion into the selflessness of compassion. And I just want you to bring to mind one person that you've known that's helped you over the last day, week. Maybe it's a colleague, a student, your friend. But just trying to keep it someone within the school. And I want you just to imagine them being here with you, maybe sat or lay down next to you. And I want you to imagine connecting with them, sharing some of this light, this colour that you've amassed for yourself, and just sending it out towards them. Now I sort of imagine it sort of comes out from the heart and just sort of shoots across and just begins to connect us both. But you can find that connection in whatever way feels right. Maybe it's just an arm around the shoulder, whatever it is. And now every time you breathe out, I want you to breathe out, thank you. Or whatever you feel they need right now. So every out breath is a breath for them. You let go of the in-breath for you now. And just breathe out, thank you. Or warmth, compassion, kindness, happiness, joy, whatever you'd like to share with this person that's helped you, gone out of their way to do something positive for you. Maybe they didn't even realise that they did it, but just breathing for them, sharing that kindness. Now when I do this, it begins to sense like as if this ball that I created for myself just begins to completely engulf both of us. But you could imagine it in any way that you'd like, just connecting, sending on that kindness. And even imagining seeing them receiving it, seeing them looking at you, maybe saying thank you, maybe placing their hand on their heart, or whatever they would do to recognize and be grateful for what you're doing. You don't need to wonder whether it works. You don't need to wonder whether or not they're feeling anything. You don't need to feel anything either. It's the intention that's behind it that really matters. This selfless gift of compassion. Now I want you just to keep this loved or friend, colleague, mate, whatever you want to do, whoever it is, keeping this person in mind. And I want both of you to then harness this towards one person that you know in your school. Maybe it's a friend, a teacher, colleague, whoever it is. And you're just going to imagine both of you just harnessing some of that warmth towards this person that's struggling at the moment. Maybe you know they're going through hard times, maybe they've said something to you, maybe they haven't. You've just noticed. And you and this other person just sending out that same warmth, that same kindness. Again, maybe it could be sending light towards them, the colour engulfing them, bringing them closer into your thoughts, whatever you'd like. But you're just connecting with this person that's struggling at the moment. And then both of you are breathing out for them. And so every breath out is this breath of maybe they just need a bit of relaxation in their life. Maybe it's a bit of joy, happiness, kindness, compassion, strength. And so you breathe out and just say the word strength. Maybe it's the metta phrases like, may you be happy, may you be healthy. But you're bringing to mind this person that's struggling and just harnessing some of that warmth for them. And truly, with real intention, real motivation, hoping that their suffering ends, wishing them well, giving them the strength. And seeing them receive it. Maybe seeing them smile. Noticing this connection. Maybe there's a sense of gratitude that's there. And just noticing how all three of you are coming together in this light of compassion, this light of connection, friendship, metta. And then I just want you just to imagine these two people just leaving your thoughts, and as they leave, you're receiving a wonderful thank you. And as they leave, you're receiving a wonderful thank you. They're just acknowledging all of this warmth that's coming from you right now. And I just want you to connect with your heart, connect around the area of your heart, You're not looking for a beat, but you're just bringing some attention around the area of your heart. And I want you to imagine connecting with everyone else that's in this room with you right now. Now, maybe some of these people are beside you or near you, and that's wonderful. But I want you to imagine all of these lights coming out of these hearts all around you in this room. And they're connecting. They're intertwining. And this light, maybe they're all different colours, but this light is just getting brighter and brighter. It's getting so bright that it bursts out of the room that you're in and into the rest of the school, seeking out the halls and the classrooms and the people. This light just growing and growing until your entire school is completely consumed by this warmth that you're generating from your classroom. And you're imagining this compassion just wrapping around all those that need it like a warm blanket. Like an arm on the shoulder. That sense of everything's okay. I'm here for you. And this compassion is just filtering out to every last part of the school. All the people, the teachers, parents, whoever's there. And you're just going to imagine leaving that out. Maybe imagine just leaving all of that warmth for anyone who comes in, accesses, walks through, notices, thinks about, allowing them to touch into this compassion, this warmth that you've created. You've done amazing. And then the last thing we do is just let go of any visual, let go of any thought, any colour, and just coming back to our breath again. And we're noticing the movement. We're noticing the change. Maybe it's at the nose or mouth, the stomach or shoulders. And then in your own time, when you're ready, you're going to allow your eyes to open. And take this compassion into the rest of your day. Have a wonderful afternoon or morning, whatever time it is there. Thank you so much for your time, and I hope to see you again soon.